Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Very good morning, Dr. Singh.
Hi, very good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good. And good to see you more, like I'm much fine. Now
Yes,
it is our first time, the collaboration with ADTU. So
right.
it's our
And
honor, sir.
I hope that this will last for long.
Of
Well,
course.
because our management, including our honorable vice chancellors and all of us, we are really up for such kind of collaborations and always look forward at it. And for the benefit of the students and for faculty members as well, for
Definitely,
the
sir.
opening and experiencing new horizons is always good for them.
True, sir. We are always up for that, and we are conducting so many conferences and workshops and many sessions for the faculty development and student development, sir. So, and we are collaborating with many colleges, pharmacy colleges, medical colleges in India.
True, true.
So it's our honor to collaborate with you. So let's start, sir. Shall we start?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course. Uh, I think students have joined, Mr. Ruhul.
Yes, students have joined. Yeah. Students have joined, sir. There are few here and few in the YouTube.
Okay.
I think only 35 students have joined here in Zoom.
So, Ruhul, you just do one thing.
yes,
You just send a short message to the program coordinators and the mentors to just inform the students that they should join immediately.
okay.
Hopefully, they will,
Yeah.
but because of this,
Or the student coordinators or CRs, if you have, their group, it will be better if you send directly.
Okay.
Okay, so good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Warm Saturday. It's a weekend. I hope you are enjoying the weekend morning. It's most of the colleges have third Saturday leave, so I think it's a good day to interact with you all. And you are free today for listening to us about the international carriers and international pharmacy licensing exams. So let's start. So first of all, I want to thank Assam Downtown University and their faculties and their administration for acceptance. They have accepted our invitation to join our drive for this international careers workshop, 1 day workshop. Here, all the students will get insights about USA, about Canada, about Australia, New Zealand, and all the UAE countries, all the UAE Emirates. So, in that, you can ask us about any doubts you have related to your careers, how to pursue higher studies, what are the job opportunities there, and the most important part, we are focusing mainly on international pharmacy careers or international pharmacy licensing exams. Like USA, we are giving guidance about FPGE. For Canada, we are giving advice for PEBC. For Australia and New Zealand, we are giving advices for KAPS CAPS. And for UAE, there are three exams. One is DHA, one is MOH, one is HAAD, which are applicable for different Emirates. So we will be describing all those to you. So if you have any queries, if you have any questions, you can put up in Zoom chat box, or you can put up in our YouTube chat box. We are live on YouTube, I think on ADTU YouTube channel also, and on my YouTube channel, which is shared with you in the email. So before starting the program, I would like to thank again Professor uh, N.N. Datta, Honorable Chancellor, ADTU, and Professor Dr. N.C. Talukdar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, ADTU, and Professor Dr. Biplab Kumar De, Dean, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, ADTU. So I'll invite without delay. So before that, I should request all the participants to mute their mic. Guys, please mute your mics to for the hassle-free streaming of our workshop. I'll request all of you to put your mics off. Hi, participants. And you can join us in the YouTube also. So we will put the YouTube link as well here in chat box. If you're not getting placed sometimes in the YouTube and the live session in Zoom, you can put up your questions and you can join us in YouTube. Here, yeah. So here are the YouTube channel link. Right, guys. So yeah. So I will invite Professor Dr. Biplab Kumar Dey, Dean, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, ADTU. Sir, you're welcome, and please say a few words about the conference, about the efforts, what students are going to learn from here.
Thank you so much. A very good morning to one and all present in on this platform today with us. First of all, I take the opportunity to thank encouraging and guiding each and every time whenever we go for any such kind of endeavor, our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. N.M. Datta, and of course, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor N.C. Talukdar, sir. He happened to be so patroning as and when such kind of activities are being taken up by the faculty members or the departments. So I'm very much thankful to them for facilitating such events. Of course, today I'm really excited. Why? Because very often we face such kind of queries from the students, and we also recognize certain requirements among the students that they have all the intention to go abroad, do something different, but they do not know the ways and means and what to do, how to do, and where to approach. So today, I think all these queries will be answered, will be clarified throughout the session. And today's workshop is a well-awaited workshop for our students, and that's how I have actually tried to ensure that no matter which semester the students are studying in, all the students should join this and participate in this workshop, because they should know it is not about that a student of final year only will be requiring the information. A student of first year also may require the information, because this information, of course, some permutation combination or in regulation or in requirement, some changes happens every year, but that does not changes the entire structure. So they will be requiring this information if at all they are really interested to go abroad and pursue their career. So today's workshop, International Careers and Pharmacy Licensing Opportunity, will be a very much successful one for the perspective of the students' view and students' intention, I'm sure. And I want to express my gratitude and big thank to Dr. Ajit Singh, because he has come out with the proposal, and Mr. Ruhul Amin, who actually made the bridge in between, and we have now today we are on the same platform. Now, boarding with us, our Honorable Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, sir, and also our faculty members, along with our HOD, Dr. Minma Basak. And I also want to express my thanks to the speakers, eminent speakers of today's workshop, because they are all busy in their own and not busy actually. They are very much occupied. It is expected they are occupied in their respective field, but they took out time from their busy schedule, and they have managed to sail the boat with us. And I'm sure that their experience, their information, what they will be sharing with our student, that would be very much beneficial for the student. So once again, I welcome each and everyone on board, and I hope a very successful in an interactive session ahead. As Dr. Singh has already mentioned, that if students have any query, please make sure that you put up the query so that you can get the clarification of your query, because that is the purpose of the workshop. And at the end of the day, you should be satisfied that yes, your dilemma has gone. Now you know the answers of your query, right? So once again, welcome everyone, and I wish a great success of today's workshop. So Dr. Singh, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your nice introduction, and it is really wonderful. And I will definitely say yes, it is for all from the first year to final year interns, whoever you are, you can join, and you can, if you are in first year, you have a chance to learn the steps of any licensing exam. You have the chance to know about the process of how to land up in any abroad universities if you are planning for. So you can shape your career from the first year itself. So this is a great opportunity for all of you, for all of us, even to learn again and again about these things, because every day rules are changing, every day regulations are changing from the foreign governments, from the foreign bodies. So it is very much necessary for all, I will say, for all. So without any delay, I will introduce our speakers, and I would like to thank Mr. Ruhul Amin, who had really done a great job, and who was really like he's from our Manipal itself. So I contacted him, and he really worked like a breeze, and he is our he's a great person, and who made this possible. Today's workshop is possible by this man who is here with us, Ruhul Amin. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
thank you, and thank you very much.
okay, so I will introduce my speakers who are coming and joining here today. So before that, we have messages with us from Chancellor Sir and Vice Chancellor Sir. So I would definitely like to, play those messages for you guys. Yes, one sec. I'll just play those messages for you, because they have, very warm wishes to all of us.
Morning to all who have attended this function. I welcome all to today's webinar on opportunities abroad, organized by the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Assam University, in association with Climate Careers. I am very certain that the background of today's interactive session with eminent speakers engrosses interesting information to discover how, when, and where to identify job opportunities abroad. Pharmacy students require establishing comprehensive and structured path aid to develop, implement, and evaluate career and their professional development. The main aim of an educational institute is to shape up every individual's or student's life and career, also simultaneously enhancing skill of young minds. Every life shaped is the biggest reward for any university. We believe energy of the youth should be channelized to benefit both the individual and the society. At the university, this is the true value of success. My best wishes to all of you who have attended this webinar, and I look forward to the successful completion of the event.
Yes, so it was the message from the Chancellor, sir, Honorable Dr. Anam Datta, sir. Now I have the message from Professor N.C. Talukdar also. I will play it for you guys. Wait a second. So let me upload the video. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I extend my greetings on this one-day workshop on international careers and pharmacy licensing opportunities. Assam Downtown University Pharmaceutical Science Division is organizing this workshop in collaboration with Climate Research Solutions. I'm very happy to know that this one-day workshop is actually designed to give a glimpse to the pharmacy students, particularly those who are pursuing opportunities in pharmacy higher education. And it's a nice word I see that a gateway to abroad. This particular organization, Climate Research Solution, perhaps are going to, not perhaps, I think this is one main responsibility they are going to share by exposing the students to a broader horizon of opportunity abroad. Like when there is a question of going for higher studies or career opportunity abroad, like being a teacher, we have always been encouraging students, or we do always encourage students to aim for visiting some developed country. For like, it's extremely important. Like if you go to Europe or America, obviously their pharmacy education is definitely better than us. But once one has exposure in real time and space, being in those places, you can come back and think of improving this. But this going to the developed world for higher education or for better opportunity is also extremely competitive. This is what all my career to my students or place where I stay, I have been pursuing. Particularly, quite often your own students will come when they know that you have been abroad, how to go. The first thing that is required is to have a perseverance and continuous trial. It's not that you need to have a very brilliant career, it's not that, but your perseverance. For example, if I advise a MSc student who is trying to go abroad for his PhD, I'll ask him to write an application, very attractive application, to send it to 100 professors who have been doing research. They are able to do research on the area of interest that students whom I'm advising he has. So if you can write 100 application, you are sure you are going to be like your application is going to draw attention of at least one. So this is first requirement. So I think this climate research solution is going to give you ways and means how to achieve it. I should also mention you that whenever you write an application to a professor, or for that matter to industry seeking opportunity in pharmacy, it's commensurate with your area of expertise or research. The writing has to be very good. You must be able to express yourself very clearly. The letter that person is reading, earlier we used to send by Indian letter or your in an envelope, or there used to be some people have forgotten that card writing is all people have forgotten. But you write in mail, no doubt. But many times we tend to be very casual while sending a message in through internet, in email address, but that's not right. So content of letter can never change. Your media of expression, you may not send it in a hard copy envelope, but what you write inside in your letter that is put inside an envelope, the content should be very lucidly expressed. And there's the same thing in digital platform also. It should be expressed very nicely In the letter, you as an individual go there. So one who is reading, he sees your real enthusiasm, your knowledge base, your passion. You express yourself. So that need to really, you have to invest on that yourself. Trying, working hard, writing repeatedly, taking help of people who have been successful in the past in writing such letter. So I hope this particular workshop will give you a broad range of activity that you can take or approach that you can take to be successful in exploring career opportunities in pharmacy, either higher study or better job in pharma company outside. With this, I wish you all the best and success of the workshop. Thank you.
Yes, so I will just stop sharing. So it was a very nice and a very great experienced message from Vice Chancellor, sir. So one sec. Okay, so I will just introduce our speakers for today and then we will start. So are you guys able to see the screen? Hi, yeah, okay. So one sec, yeah. So resource persons for today, I'm here. I'll be talking about UAE and I'll be there with you in the panel discussions. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Climate Research Solutions. I did my PhD in cardiology and heart failure, and I'm also working as National Director for Research at World Youth Heart Federation, WIHF India. I'm also serving as Principal Investigator at Manipal Heart Failure Registry, Kasturba Medical College, Mahe. And I really want to change the perspective of pharmacy students about the careers, about their what they think that they have to do after Pharmd and after after B Pharmacy or after any Pharmd degree. So I want to bring the changes, because there is a very negative perspective in the market about the students, right? So our next speaker is Dr. Tarun Rase. He is our deputy director and deputy director at Climate Careers. He did BPharm, then Pharmd, and then postgraduate diploma in project management from Ontario, Canada. He is a PEBC examination expert, and for today he will be talking about Australia and New Zealand, as he's expert in Australian CAPS as well. And he is a clinical statistical analysis system SAS-based certified. His vision is to see fellow pharmacy graduates taking active participation and leadership in the global healthcare system and bring a positive change in people's life. Then our speaker, one of the speaker is Dr. Karthik Reddy Madalli. He is also our deputy director at Climate Careers, and he is PharmD and then postgraduate diploma in clinical research from CPT College, Toronto, Canada, and then he did postgraduate diploma in health system management from Fansway College, Ontario. He is another expert for PEBC Canada and careers in Canada. So he'll be talking about that, and he always aspire our young pharmacists to reach a pinnacle in their careers, like whatever they want to achieve in like pharmacy licensing exams, or the careers in industry or in hospital pharmacy, clinical pharmacy, wherever they want to go and whatever they want to study there. He will be suggesting about the Canada, and he always think that they should reach up to the mark or reach up to their dreams. Then we have Dr. Suraj Dalsania. He is USA licensed expert for today at Climate Research Careers, Climate Research Solutions. He is PharmD and he is registered pharmacist in California, USA. He has cleared FPG and NAPLEX, and he always encourages our pharmacy practice students to learn about modern evidence-based medicine to be competitive in healthcare system. Then we have Dr. Lakshmi Manasha. She's career expert from USA at CleanMed. She's also PharmD and PhD scholar at University of Florida. She will be joining next to me live with us, and she was gold medalist in Pharmd at Manipal. She has many awards in her pocket, like Hospital Pharmacy Award for the best outgoing students, and she's also working as teaching and graduate assistant at University of Florida. She was Ori's fellow at FDA, and she has she got the Alec Curtis award for her research in recent November only. I think the first week of November only. Yeah. So then we have Dr. Anam Sohail. She is career expert from UAE. She is RPH in Dubai Healthcare Authority, and she has 4+ years of experience in clinical pharmacy. Guys, can you please put off your mics? This will not create disturbances, right? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so she has more than 4 years of experience in clinical pharmacy, and she always believed that better patient care and medication adherence is the key in any patient's life for the best clinical outcome. So she'll be joining us in the evening. And then we have Mr. Avnish Chauhan. He is licensing expert for Australia and New Zealand at Pharmd. He did BTech and he's pursuing MBA from Melbourne, Australia. And he is our international career expert also. So, and he's expert in startup strategic things, and he is lead operations at our Pharmd Research Solutions. So these are our contact information. These are our resource persons for today. So without any delay, I will invite Dr. Manasa to talk about the careers in USA. Dr. Manasa, thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Rajat.
Thank you
Hello,
very
everybody.
much.
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, I'm Manasa. I am a 5th-year PhD student with University of Florida College of Pharmacy. And I'm here to talk to you guys about the higher educational prospects after BPharm and Pharmd as well. So I'll be talking to you guys about 3 main options: master's, PhD, and postdoc. So I just have this. Can the host give me screen access? I just wanted that one slide to share. Okay. Okay, so this is not a very comprehensive presentation, but just to orient you about what opportunities you have after your BPharm or Pharmd, and then maybe help you choose the best option for you. So I'll start with masters. You can either do a master's with thesis or master's without thesis. So master's with thesis usually goes for 2 to 2.5 years. And here, the first 1.5 years is completely coursework. And then you will pick a tiny project, which is very similar to a PhD project. You can finish that in 6 months to 1 year. And the advantage with choosing a master's with thesis is that it's easier to get a research assistantship position. And that way your program is funded. And it's also easier to switch to a PhD program if you do a master's with thesis. Now coming to master's without thesis, as the name suggests, you can finish the coursework within 1.5 to 2 years. So this would be a good opportunity, good option for those who want to pursue pharmacy in the US, but then they are looking to join a very quick course for them to gain F1 visa and gain access to US. So that is when you can choose a master's without thesis. But then with both of these options, you have the choice to convert to a PhD program, because the credits that you earn in a master's program will be can be counted towards a PhD program if ever you want to do a PhD in the future. So so basically the advantage of taking a master's program is that it's quick, and also the admission process is less competitive compared to a PhD program. But then the disadvantages are that it's usually hard to get a completely funded master's program. So you will have to pay your tuition, student fee, and the living expenses from your own pocket. So that's a disadvantage. Yeah, so coming to a PhD program, it is usually a 4 to 5 year program. The first 2 years is completely coursework, and then you'll have a candidacy exam. After you pass that exam, the next couple of years will be completely research. And then there'll be your defense, and you will get your, after the defense, you'll get your PhD degree. So the advantages of doing a PhD in the US is that you will definitely get a lot of experience with both improving your research skills as well as getting networks and collaborations with international organizations. Like you can do collaborative projects with FDA, American Heart Association, anything. It's easier to get those networks. And also it's easier to publish in a very high impact factor journals. So research wise, the skills that you earn are definitely, I would say, worth it to come to the US for a PhD program. And then another advantage of taking a PhD program is that it is usually a completely funded program. I could say 90% of the times you will get a fully funded PhD program. So the tuition will be covered by the university, and you will either be given a teaching assistantship or a graduate assistantship or a research assistantship. It depends on your CV and your interest. And because you are employed, you will be given a stipend, which is sufficient to cover your living expenses in the US and also save up and send back to India if you need to. So it's definitely a good option because you're basically earning while you're getting your degree. So you don't have to pay anything from your pocket. So that's a plus point for PhD. And the disadvantage is definitely the length of the course. So if you do a 6-year Pharmd program, you investing another 4 to 5 years in a PhD program is definitely taxing. And yeah, you definitely have a lot of deadlines to finish, and it's definitely stressful. So you need that patience and determination to finish a PhD program. So only that I see as a disadvantage, but otherwise I feel PhD is a very good opportunity for students who are interested to pursue research as their career. And the next option is called postdoc. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with this term, but then postdoc is usually offered either to a Pharmd graduate or to a PhD student. So it is considered as a position between a PhD position and a full-blown research scientist position. So it's like a stepping stone when you before you are established as a independent scientist. So for postdocs, the advantage is that they are paid twice than a PhD student. Also, the curriculum is not very structured. So there is no coursework that is mandatory, or there's no time limit that you have to finish your postdoc. So it can extend from 2 years to 4 years. So you can take your own time in finishing your projects and getting your job, like finding your jobs, etc. So those are the advantages of taking up a postdoc position. But the disadvantages are that you will be given a J1 visa, which is a research scholar and exchange student visa, and it is harder to work on a J1 visa in the US because it's completely dependent on your project and funding. So immediately, if you lose your funding, you will have to go back to your home country. And then if you want to switch from J1 to a work visa, which is called a H1B visa, I think the condition is that you will have to go back to your home country and work there for 2 years, which is not necessarily acceptable for everybody, and your employer might not be willing to wait for you for 2 years. So in that case, yeah, J1 is not very flexible, I should say. So yeah, I mean, you do have an opportunity to get a waiver from your home country, but there is that additional step if you are on a J1. And another disadvantage is that if you're in J1, you will of course learn a lot of research skills, but then you do not have the option to choose your own project, because postdoc positions are dependent on the professor and his funding. So it's specifically made for that professor. So if he already secured a funding for an experiment and he needs students to do the generate the data and do the data analysis, that is when they put out job options for postdoctoral students, and you have to apply for those. So in that case, you don't have the freedom to choose your own projects, but you will have to work on whatever is given to you. So those are the disadvantages with postdoc positions. But yeah, the postdocs are only given for either Pharmd graduates or PhD graduates. I don't think B.Pharm students will be able to apply for these positions. Now, maybe I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about the PhD admission process and how to get the funding. So to start off, you definitely have to give your GRE, TOEFL, gather your 3 letters of recommendation from your professors, and then write your statement of purpose and send all of these to the universities sometime before December or January. It depends, the deadline depends on the university. And then if you pass this preliminary evaluation, you will be called for a Zoom interview sometime in March or February. And if you pass that as well, you will be given a final decision of admission sometime in April. So with University of Florida, the advantage is that you do not have to secure a funding before coming into the university. So after all of this admission process, you can come to the university, and then the first year of your PhD program, you can work with 2 or 3 professors, work for say 1 semester per professor, and then you can see how you're compatible with that mentor and how you like their research work in the lab. And after that 1.5 year, you can choose your final mentor and your dissertation committee. So I feel the advantage with the University of Florida is that it gives this opportunity for students to get hands-on experience with the professors before finally deciding on your mentor. But then for some other universities, they require you to secure a funding even before coming into the US. So in those cases, what you have to do is you have to do something called a pre-application process. It's nothing but just sending out emails to professors of different universities, and you just reach out to them and say that you're interested in their research work and you're looking for a PhD opportunity, and ask them if they have funding to support you for all the 4 years. And if they say yes, that is when you can write their name in your statement of purpose. And you say that so-and-so professor has already agreed to fund me for the entirety of my program. So yeah, here's my application. So in those cases, you will be pre-selected and you will be given priority over other students who do not do this pre-application process. So yeah, even if the university doesn't mandate you to do this, I think it's better to do this step before you start any of the GRE or TOEFL or exams. So just do this pre-application process and reach out to professors. Yeah, and then, okay, so while choosing a PhD program, these 5 departments are what you would, you would come across in any of the universities, maybe with different names. So there'll be 5 main branches: medicinal chemistry, pharmaceutics, pharmacodynamics, pharmacotherapy and translational research, and then pharmacotherapy outcomes and, pharmacoeconomics outcomes and policy. So each department provides one PhD program, and then you can choose whichever. I believe all BPharm and Pharmd students are eligible to all of these programs, but then Pharmd students, the maximum percentage tend to be in the pharmacotherapy and translational research department. Yeah, and these branches are also similar for master's program. Maybe you will have some additional courses like regulatory research under masters, but I have not seen regulatory programs under PhD. And then, yeah, just I'd like to end with the job opportunities after any of these programs. So basically, it'll be, you'll have 3 different opportunities. Either you continue in academia, so you'll be a clinical professor. You'll be writing grants. You'll be doing research, maybe half the percentage of your time, and then teach the other half percentage of your time. And then industry, there are research scientist positions in the industry immediately after PhD or after postdoc positions. So those are good. And then regulatory, you can work with FDA as a reviewer for all of those NDA applications or any of the clinical trials data that come for approval. Yeah.
They don't understand.
I guess that's all I wanted to cover for today, but yeah, please send any questions that you might have to me or Dr. Rajat, and I can answer you.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Manasha. So I will invite now our students to ask their questions. So guys, you can type your questions or you can directly talk to Manasha, no problem. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please ask. And for USA licensing exam, we have Dr. Suraj Dalsania, who will be talking to us in half an hour because he's joining a little late. So no problem at all. Before that, we will go for Canada. Okay, so one question is here, just one question. Can we do both MS and PhD together?
Yeah, so there are some universities that offer an MS and PhD programs together. So if you have a BPharm degree, so that will be a great opportunity for you, because it might be harder to sell your CV to a direct PhD program. So that way, in those cases, you look for master's plus PhD programs, and master plus PhD program is almost as long as a PhD program, maybe just 1 year extra, which shouldn't matter in the long run. So yeah, you can definitely pick that. but not every university offers that. So you will have to talk to the admissions department about it.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. According to you, which is the best and easiest way among these programs?
Okay, so I feel based on the competitiveness of applications, maybe masters is easier because I mean, you are paying for the course, so they tend to be a little more lenient with the admission process for masters.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, but then obviously masters is costlier because you're paying it yourself. Yeah, for postdoc position, they usually look for some kind of research which you have already done. I mean, it doesn't have to be a full-blown research in the same area, but you will have to have some research skills that can be applicable across the field. So you'll have to be good at selling your skills if you want to apply for a postdoc. PhD
Yeah.
is in between. Yeah.
True. Okay. Then there are one or two more questions. Any job opportunities for D Pharm, any education studies for not Doctor of Pharmacy, Diploma of Pharmacy, D Pharm. It is 2 years course after +2.
So you're asking if there are job opportunities for DPharm in the US?
Yeah, job opportunities or any higher education.
Yeah, I mean, I think so I'm not completely sure how the DPharms are categorized. Like, is it called a graduate degree or an undergraduate degree?
No, it is not a degree. It is just a diploma. It's not undergraduate degree even.
Okay. Sorry, I don't have the right answer for that.
But I think as they do not have any degree, they have to start their bachelor degree again there, right? Or the combined degree.
Maybe they'll have to do their prerequisites for for pharmacy and then go into a pharmacy school, like start with a Pharmd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what will be the cost for PhD and master's program together? I think it's it varies with the universities.
Yeah, it does. Like if you directly get a fully funded PhD, the cost is zero for you. It's literally zero. You don't have to pay anything. If for masters, I think just looking at the basic fee, I think it'll be around $30,000. I might be wrong, but yeah, it'll be around $30,000 for 2 years.
Yeah. Is there any chance for fully funded master's degree?
Yeah, that is hard actually. I mean, you have to be exceptionally good. For masters, usually it is hard to get a fully funded position right at the beginning, but then you usually get some kind of scholarships, or you can get a research assistant position or a graduate assistant position after your first semester. So if you have some professors that you worked with during your first year and they like your work, then they can give you that research assistantship position and they can pay you a little for that. But yeah, you will still have to pay your tuition fee, which is way higher than what you will be paid from that voluntary RA position. So yeah, it's harder to get a completely funded master's position, but it's not impossible, but it's harder.
Yeah, but yeah, we help actually in the scholarships also. Guys, if you have any queries, you can contact us later. And Climate Careers, we guide you for the preparations to get the good scholarships as well. So, what are the questions here now? There are some questions. Yeah, what will be the basic recommendations for PhD eligibility apart from the Pharmd?
basically you should have your biology or like pharmacy degree. I mean, if you want to do a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences, any of these programs, it is not necessary that you have to have a B Pharm or Pharmd. There are many students who are coming in with MSc chemistry or MSc biochemistry, microbiology or cell biology. So even those students are taken into the PhD program. So you have people with varied backgrounds in PhD.
Yeah. So do you need to write exams to work in teaching in universities as in US?
So some universities, even after you pass your TOEFL, like they'll have a very basic cutoff for TOEFL, which will let them decide if you are eligible to be a student or not. But then after you get into the university, you will have to give another exam, English exam, that is suitable for that particular department or course. I mean, it's not necessary. It just depends on that course that you are trying to teach, and if it requires that additional training, that is when you will have to give those exams. But if you have a very good TOEFL score beforehand, you can bypass all of those tests. So
yeah. What would you suggest going into healthcare, academics, industry, or regulatory affairs? I mean, regulatory field after Pharmd. After Pharmd,
right after Pharmd,
right after
or
Pharmd,
after PhD?
Batman, can you please tell us, right, you're asking after Pharmd or what? Yeah, after Pharmd.
After Pharmd, okay. Yeah, so it totally depends on your interest. So if you're interested in research, pursuing research, discovering new things, go for PhD. If you want to, keep in touch with your clinical skills, then go for hospital pharmacy or a clinical pharmacy job. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so
yeah.
what would be the best career opportunities after B Pharm?
After B Pharm, I would say a master's either in India or US, a master's plus PhD.
Okay, does the percentage matters for getting into a master's degree?
So I would say it's a balance of everything. It's the GRE, the TOEFL, and your statement of purpose. So sometimes if there is a professor who's willing to fund you, then none of those scores matter at all. So yeah, it's a balance of everything.
Okay, so yeah, someone raised the hand. Who is that? Alok sir, who is? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you were asking some question?
Yes, sir. So can we get the job of the clinic in clinical field after doing the M.Pharm or like?
Yes, Manasha.
In the US?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I think it again boils down to you giving the pharmacy equivalency exam, the NAPLEX, and
yes,
and all of that, which you will be learning later in today's workshop. But yeah, I think it should be similar to Pharmd graduates. As long as you can show that your courses are equivalent to Pharmd courses. Maybe there'll be a WES evaluation to say that your courses are equivalent to the US pharmacy courses, and then you will give the same exams what Pharmd students are giving.
Yeah. Okay, so I have one question from YouTube. For fully funded, we have to give any admission test or entrance test?
No, it's just the GRE, TOEFL, and your usual application process, the SOPs and LORs. There's no additional exam.
There's no additional exams. Yeah.
Oh, and then I wanted to mention that this year, most of the US universities are canceling the GRE. So for those who are trying to apply for PhDs next year, they have that advantage. So you can
Yes.
bypass the GRE scores and then
Yeah.
go ahead with your applications. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, it is very great news for all of you if you are preparing for higher education or the career in US. Many of the universities which were asking the TOEFL and GRE, now they're canceling GRE because of this pandemic maybe, or because of the less admissions. We don't know, but yes, it is a good or great opportunity for you, right? So yeah, and any other question? I'll just take one or two questions. What will be the procedure to get a job or no? Yeah, so Priya is asking what will be the procedures to get a job as clinical and hospital pharmacist. So for that, we are here. We are opening, we are preparing students for FPGEE. You have to clear your FPGEE before going into the hospital or clinical pharmacy. Right. So you have to prepare for FPGE. And that's why we are here. We are preparing students for all the pharmacy licensing exams, and we are giving them career consultations. Okay, Priyadarshini. And then one question is here. Can we apply for a master plus PhD programs of any subject? See, subject specific like pharmaceutical biotechnology or pharmacology with scholarship.
Yeah, I think you can. Yes.
Yes, you can. Okay. So, okay. Sachin Srivastava is asking what are the other documents needed to be required, like letter of recommendation and purpose of statement for the particular for any particular university. What was your experience, Manasha?
Um, I think those were the only documents that were required: the 3 letters of recommendation and my statement of purpose.
Yeah.
That's all, and your scores and the transcript from your university.
True.
Yeah, that's it. There was no additional documentation that is required.
True. Okay, so someone is asking, Batman is again asking, how long will GRE exclusion remain? We don't know. We are not sure, but definitely for 2020, 2021 intakes, it is excluded for a few universities. Not few universities, majorly
Most of
most
the
of them,
major
yeah,
good universities are doing it.
are doing it. Yeah. Okay, so great, guys. Thank you very much, and thank you, Manasha, for joining us today. And it was on a short notice, of course, but yes, thank you very
It's
much.
okay.
And it's too late. Yeah, thank you, guys. Okay, thank you, Manasha. So we will. Before that, yes, bye. Take
Bye.
care. Yeah. So before moving to the next presentation, that is about the Canada careers in Canada, and we will tell about the licensing exams in Canada, that is PEBC. So I would like to play one very interesting video for you guys. It's just a 2-minute video. Is it visible? Okay, so let me play it. Yeah.
Are you looking to launch your career in Canada and curious about the career options for pharmacists there? Then CleanMed is your one-stop solution. Canada recognizes that international graduates are a great addition to the country's workforce. Pharmacy profession here is dynamic, highly demanding, and respectful. You may work in a pharmacy dispensing prescription or within a hospital supporting and advising patients alongside other healthcare professionals. At CleanMed, we give students the skills and know-how to make it in the pharmacy world in Canada. The Pharmacy Examining Board of Canada is the national certification body to assess and evaluate competencies of pharmacists. A certificate of qualification from the PEBC is a requirement for individuals' first registration as a pharmacist or pharmacy technician. This includes 3 steps. First, document evaluation of educational and professional credentials to be eligible for the next step, that is, taking the written pharmacist evaluating exam. Once you pass this evaluating examination, you are then eligible for step 3, your final step to qualify for certification with PEBC. The qualifying exam consists of 2 parts, both of which you have to pass to be registered as a licensed clinical pharmacist. At Pharmd, we provide exceptional guidance and specific exam-oriented 16-week premium course for students worldwide to prepare for Canadian pharmacy examination. We have 3 packages, and you can choose the one that best suits you. Pharmd services have an edge over other similar courses by providing real-time doubt resolution with 11 structures who've already pursued their career overseas, access to online learning repository, 24/7 learning assistance to guide you in your stuff, and tracking a specific exam-oriented growth via test series. Begin your pharmacy career in Canada with us. Contact us to know more.
Okay, guys, great. So now I will invite Dr. Karthik to speak about Canadian careers in Canada and pharmacy licensing exams, PEBC in Canada. Welcome, Dr. Karthik.
Thank you, Dr. Ajit, and hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about Canada. So, what I precisely say, gateway to Canada. So there are different opportunities for Canada. So right now they're welcoming immigrants very much. So there is a plenty of opportunity in Canada. So as we know, why Canada? So Canada has a great scope when it comes to the pharmacy, and as you see here, pharmacy is evergreen platform in Canada. You have different opportunities in this field. So it is growing every year. So there is so the required clinical pharmacist, the requirement of it has a sorry. So the requirement of clinical pharmacists are increasing every year. Even the pharmacy related fields, the requirement is it's just increasing. So why Canada? It's because it is highly paid, first of all, and then you will get almost $50 per hour, and you have a better lifestyle, and then you can be like, the quality of life is exceptional over there. Like you have better infrastructure when it compares to compared to India, and then better economy. And I would choose personally, I would choose this profession in Canada. Why? Because you have better recognition. So there is it doesn't matter what you're doing, and then you have that better recognition here, and the fixed job timings, and then for extra time you will be paid more. And then the final reason I would suggest, so it's a free healthcare facilities. It doesn't matter. So if you come under medically necessary services, then your healthcare is free, completely free. So even some pharmacy, even in some pharmacy backgrounds, it is free. In some medications, drugs, all these are free. So, and on top of that, I would like to add one more thing. And to settle in Canada, for children, the education is free till 12th standard. So, and it's a better opportunity to live life in Canada. So you have different other opportunities as well as you go. Even the government is giving plenty of opportunities to get different jobs, and then so there are different funds as well. So opportunities for pharmacy students in Canada. So basically, most of them are looking for clinical pharmacist jobs and community pharmacist jobs and pharmacy technician jobs. And there are also jobs like QA, quality assurance, and quality control and regulatory affairs. So there are plenty of opportunities in the field of pharmacy, and there are also several industrial jobs which welcome the pharmacy students. And so it is not directly related to the licensing exam which you are going to appear for the clinical pharmacist and community pharmacist, but so you can give this exam, and then you can it is easy to switch here and there. So yeah, that's it. That's all about the opportunities. You have uh, different different streams in pharmacy which welcomes you for the job. And so what are the, like, is it necessary to get into university to enter into Canada? Yes. So in a way it's true, and then you need to get an admission to you need to get a study permit to enter into Canada, and then you can slowly clear these licensing exams or whatever you wanted to go to industry. You can move on to industry. So to enter into Canada, you need a study permit. So for that, you have to choose we have different universities here. I listed out the ranking wise, and then so the world ranking and then countrywide ranking. And University of Alberta. And so the first university comes University of Toronto, and so it is countrywide #1 university. And then the this countrywide 6th rank is University of Alberta, and then countrywide 8th rank is University of Waterloo. And countrywide 15th is University of Manitoba, and countrywide 16th is University of Saskatchewan and Newfoundland. So these universities offers a master's program in pharmacology, and so the basic programs are available in Canada are masters in pharmacology, pharmaceutical sciences, or pharmacy, or pharmacy related, the quality assurance. And these are not provided by the universities, and these are provided by colleges, but it has the equal value. So one thing I would like to say, before you applying for university or college, you make sure that that college is affiliated with the designated learning institute. If it is accredited with the DLI, then only you choose the college. If it is not, then you are not going to get your work permit. So please be aware of that before you choose the university or college. And universities offering a master's in pharmacology includes McGill University and Western University. Universities in pharmaceutical sciences is another popular pharmacy course specialization available in some of the top universities like UBC and Dalhousie University, and then University de Montreal as well. So basically, people choose masters in pharmacology and pharmaceutical sciences, and then there are different MBA streams also available, and then there's health system management, and then public health. These are the courses which is available in all the universities as well. So 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 those are the universities, and you have to remember DLI. DLI is your first choice, and when it is when is accredited, when the university or college is accredited with DLI, then only you are choosing the particular college or university. Next, so after the universities and then being a pharmacy graduates, you can go for these exams. Whether you completed B Pharm, M Pharm, or Pharmd, it doesn't matter. You can give this exam. And so basically PEBC exam. What is PEBC exam? So PEBC contributes to the health and wellness of Canadians by providing leadership and excellence in competency assessments for the pharmacy profession. It's basically make sure that you are up to the Canadian standards. So the Canadian pharmacy standards. So whether you are matching to the Canadian pharmacy standards. If you are not, then they will ask you to take up some courses or do some internship, and then give the exams again. So it is so the pharmacist must have the leadership skills and then excellence in competency assessment if it related to the pharmacy profession in Canada. So what PEBC does is they certify the qualification of pharmacists and technicians. So it gives the certificates, and then you have to once you are done with the exams, they will give you the qualification certificates for pharmacists and pharmacy technicians. So there are different steps you need to follow for this licensing exam. So first step is to enroll in Gateway. So after you enroll in Gateway, and then you can apply for document evaluation. So once your document has been evaluated, then you can apply for evaluating exam. And after that, you can apply the qualifying exam. In qualifying exam, you have two parts. One is multiple choice questions, and the other one is practical questions. So so it will be a practical scenario, and they will be asking some practical, like patient will come and then they will ask you what do you suggest and all. So it's completely related to practical session. And then there's training and educational equivalency, so that you are equal to the Canadian standards or not. They will check there, and then there will be a panel that they will decide that you are equal to the Canadian standards, and then they will let you apply for PRA, so to get your license. So once you apply for PRA, then you will be issued license registration. So based on the province, you will be asked to give a jurisprudence exam, and when you complete all these exams, then you have the language proficiency before you apply for PRA for your license. So there is language proficiency exams, and even the bridging programs. Some province will ask you for bridging programs, some province don't. So it completely based on province. So current opportunity. Due to present COVID-19 pandemic situation, Pharmacy Evaluating Board of Canada decides to conduct this exam is outside Canada as well. So choose centers in your country. Like there are different places in India. They are going to conduct this exam, like Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Ahmedabad, and Chennai, Bangalore. There are different states. They are conducting this exam, and there's one more. There were one more opportunity that you can give the exam at your home itself. So that is called remote proctoring, and then the exam you can sit in your home and then you can give. And there are some terms and conditions for that, and then you have to be regulated with those, and then you will be able to give the exam from your home. So after that, and then so CLIMED is why CLIMED is giving you helping hands, because this is a golden opportunity for you to check yourself when you are sitting in India. So you don't need to go to Canada all the way for these exams, and then you can give a try while sitting in India. And then if you are feeling confident, and then if you think you can match this, and then you can make this happen, then you can go for this. You can go to Canada and then complete this exam the process. But once you are done with this, that's a pretty good opportunities you have in Canada. I can guarantee that. And evaluate. So what we do is like we evaluate your eligibility for exams, and then we will be conducting some mock exams as well, some sample exams, so that how you are doing with this, and then everything. So we'll make sure that whether you are ready for the exam or not. And then we will let you know where you have to improve and all. So we will be helping in NAPRA registration process, and then document evaluation process, and you are preparing your exam preparation, and then we will be giving guidance for qualifying exams, and OSCE exam, which is Objective Structured Clinical Examination. So this OSCE, you have to be you have to be in Canada to give this exam. So we will be guiding you, but so you have to be, so for this, when you are cleared these first few steps, then this will be very easy for you, and then it is a practically related more practical. So we will be helping you here as well, and rest all we will go on individual basis, and then we'll be helping you in each and every step. And why climate careers? So what we do is, like, we provide exceptional guidance in your career path on individual basis. Like if you have any doubts, and then we will be dealing your document evaluation, and then evaluating exam, everything we will be like one-on-one we will deal. And we as a team will assist you to reach your future goals, whether to be a clinical pharmacist, whether to be a pharmacy technician, or irrespective of your what you choose, we will be helping you. Our specialties of Canadian pharmacy exam preparation, and we have experienced staff who are already into this field. And so our specialties are like, we are like there is a vast information to cover, but we just stick to the exam oriented preparation. So we will be like exclusively we'll be concentrating on exam, like what kind of questions you might you might expect, and then what is needed for to be a pharmacist in Canada. So what is their expectancy, and then how to reach that expectancy. So that is what we do it. That is what we concentrate here. And yeah, that's it from my end. And then if you need any assistance, we can help you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask here.
Yes,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
So, yeah, thank you, Dr. Karthik. So, guys, you can suit up your questions to Dr. Karthik. Hello. Hi, guys. Your questions, please. You can ask any questions to Dr. Karthik about Canadian careers or PBC licensing exam if you have.
सर पैसे कितने
Hello. Hello. Anyone? Do you have any question about Canadian pharmacy licensing exam, or if you want to pursue your career in Canada? Do you have any questions?
सर money related
Money related. For what you are asking, Sachin? Okay, no. Who is that? I'm not able to see. Okay, Lean.
yes sir
Yeah, Lean. So what you are asking about PBC exam or about any career opportunities? PBC exam, right?
yes sir
Okay, so see, for PBC there are different exam fees. Like for evaluation, you have different fees. Then for the next exam, which is evaluatory exam, for that you have to pay the different fees. And then I think Dr. Karthik, right?
Yes. And it is it is completely it is there in the website pebc.ca, and if you go to that website, you will get the complete list of fee list and everything. So for document evaluation is around $800, and then for evaluating exam it's almost $800, and
Yeah.
for qualifying it is more. So it varies. Like you have to go step by step to complete it.
Yeah. True. And if you want to know about our fees, then I will just share with you.
yes sir
Yeah, one sec. Yes. So can you see this? Our admissions are open for the licensing preparations. You can join our courses. So our courses are open. The batches are starting in January. So as Dr. told about the CLIMAT, what we are doing, how we are providing the courses, we have all the licensing exam courses which are starting in January, the next batch, but admissions are open now for last 10 days. We are giving coaching for PEBC, CAPS, FPG, and for UK and UAE, all the exams. You can book
Yes,
your
sir.
slot. And now I'll show you the fees exactly what we are charging. We are charging almost 1/3 or less than that in India. So here our financial packages. I will just show you guys. So you can have a note on that if you, yeah. So these are our financial packages. Yeah. So here we can see we are charging in total 40,000 for FPGE USA and 30,000 for Canada, 30,000 for Australia and New Zealand, and 25,000 for each exam if you wish. Like any exam you can choose from UAE. If you want to go Abu Dhabi, you can choose HAD. If you want to go Dubai, it is DHA. If you want to go Emirates, like all other 5 Emirates, it is MOH. So we are charging 25,000, but this fees is divided into three courses. One is common fees for the common course, that is for 2 months, 15,000. Then specific country regulatory regulatory related studies, where we are charging different fees. Like for US it is 20,000, for Canada it is 10,000, for CAPS also it is 10,000, for Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Emirates it is 7,000. And 1 month around 10 mock test, you will be charged 5,000 for USA, Canada and New Zealand. For Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Emirates, you will be charged 3,000. So total fees is here. Batches are starting on 4th January. Admissions are opened already. So there will be almost 60 to 75 live classes plus 10 mock tests. And along with, if you are joining any course of ours or CLIMAT, you will be given the free international career guidance, which is worth actually 5,000 INR, right? So it's our specialty. Like our classes will be on weekends, so it will not affect your daily schedules or weekly schedules. We have full guidance about registration, document evaluation, and we are giving it the individual basis. And so our teaching methodology is exam oriented. We will provide all the ebooks, PowerPoint, flashcards, and educational apps, modules, and MCQs, and latest updates, latest guidelines. And you will have the access to our material for next 1 year, right? And along with these charges, you have to pay 18% GST extra, because that's not ours, that is for government. And if you want to book your slot, you have to pay 2,000, and you have to pay at least half of the fees before 10th December to get 15% off in that fees. In the total fees, again, you can get even 15% off in that fees, right? And we have some installment things also are available with us. You can pay in the easy installments also, two easy installments. Okay, so that is from our side. That is our fees. So okay, I'll stop sharing this. Okay.
Yeah, so someone asked, can you directly apply? Is it for exam or like for course? Ravalika. So I think for exam, you can directly apply from here. You don't need to be in Canada. So as of now, you can give the exam in India itself.
India itself, yes. So I think all everything is clear, right? So thank you, Dr. Karthik. Now Dr. Suraj has is connected with us from the US, California. So he'll be talking about FPGEE exam and NAPLEX exam, and what are the pharmacy licensing opportunities in USA. Guys, if you have any questions about USA pharmacy licensing exams, please join and ask your questions to Dr. Suraj. He is expert. He has cleared all the exams, NAPLEX, FPG, and he is registered pharmacist now in US, California. So I will invite Dr. Suraj Dalsania. He will be joining us now. Dr. Suraj, thank you for joining, and you're welcome. Dr. Suraj, hello.
Oh, yep, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, hi. Yes, so yeah.
All right, guys, how are you doing, all of you? I'm pretty sure you guys doing all good.
We are doing good. We are waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very welcome, you guys. I was just listening to Dr. Karthik about the Canadian exams and everything. So I'm sure many of you are interested in knowing that what exactly is the procedure for the USA, the America, when you want to become a pharmacist in the US. I know, everybody has a conception that a pharmacist, a healthcare provider in US earns a lot of money. So let's see how that goes. Uh, let me just share my screen here really quick.
Yes, please.
Mm.
Yes, it's visible.
It's visible. You guys can see everything here. All right, let me start the presentation then. All right, guys. So I'm gonna finish the whole talking first, and then you guys can join and ask me all the questions that you have during the whole presentation. Just keep a note on your questions, keep it on the side, and we will discuss it later in the at the end of the whole presentation. All right, so let's start with the opportunities and licensing procedure when you wanna become a pharmacist in USA. All right, so first of all, what exactly a pharmacist do in the USA on the job? So I have some points written down here for you guys to understand like what exactly is the role of a pharmacist, which is a little bit different than the Pharmd or M.Pharm or B.Pharm as a pharmacist, which we call it in the Eastern countries as a chemist. But that's not exactly what a pharmacist do, or not only that thing a pharmacist do in USA. So in USA, the pharmacist is pretty much responsible for most of the time a clinical stuff. What I mean by that is you have, as a Pharmd or as a pharmacist, you have to have a very, very profound clinical knowledge of all the things that you learn as a pharmacist, because you are going to be saving people's lives here. Fill and dispense the medications at retail and hospital pharmacies. Check for the interactions. We all do that as in rotation in India as well, and during the Pharmd course. Check the patient profile with the drug and food or dose related questions. Let's say if the patient is taking something and they ask you a question about what patient should be taking those two things together or not. Those kind of questions you're going to be answering the patient, so you have to know the answer, of course, yourself. Handle highly potent medications and make sure it gets into the right hands. This is very important. In India, we are lacking this kind of rules and regulations from Board of Pharmacy. But I mean, it's like PCI, the Pharmacy Council of India, probably. But in USA, the Board of Pharmacy has very, very strict restrictions on how a medication, which is very potent, like highly potent. What I mean by that is, we know all the medications is a drug. And when you say a drug, it's a chemical. And when you say a chemical, it can actually harm a patient, a person, or anyone. So you are going to be the defense person that making sure that the thing going to the patient is getting into the right hands. Not every patient wants to treat something. Sometimes you will see a patient has a behavior of addiction and stuff. So here in USA, that's one of your job as well. Make sure the patient does not get hurt by the decision of a doctor in a hurry. This is something we don't see that much in India, because in India, we just follow the instruction of a doctor. And we usually don't question the judgment of a doctor when working as a pharmacist. But in the USA, it's one of the part of your job, actually, that you are going to be the one taking all the decisions, saying no to the doctors, sometimes, of course, and making sure that the patient does not get hurt by the decisions taken by the doctor. Take rounds in a hospital and suggest drug utilization and patient charts. This is something that we do as a pharmacist in India as well. Moving on, I have a couple of things which, as a pharmacist, where exactly you guys can work. The first one is the hospital pharmacy. Second one is the retail pharmacy, which is also called a community pharmacy, and advanced practice pharmacist, which is the designation as an APH. But this is something you can do after becoming a pharmacist in USA. The hospital is pretty self-explanatory, hospital pharmacy. Second is a retail pharmacy. This is where it gets a bit confusing for Indian who don't know what exactly the community pharmacy is. Basically, is the similar to chemist, like chemist, the shop, but in USA it's much more advanced than that. Here, the best, like the job and best pharmacies you can find is in the retail pharmacy, in community pharmacy. We all know why we all are here, looking for the information for how to become a pharmacist in the USA, because of this salary. Everybody wants to know how much a pharmacist is getting paid, So let me tell you this. So in retail pharmacy, you make around 80 to 110. When I say K, is thousand. $80,000 to $110,000 a year. It's dollars, by the way, not rupees. Hospital pharmacy, they pay a little bit less sometimes, depends on where you are working. And I just kept as a pharmacy technician, which you can do on the side and you can make probably 15 to 25 an hour. This is very important here, where it says your salary depends on so many parameters, like which state you are working in, which pharmacy you work for, and which city in state you are working at. Since the quality of life depends on so much where you are, you must know your final destination. I'll tell you more about it when we go through the steps. So let's take an example on how much you make as a pharmacist in USA. Let me tell you guys. So you must be thinking that, yeah, I'm just want to go to America and that's it. But it's not that easy, and it's not that straightforward. You have to go through a couple of steps where you will be asked to know where exactly you want to end up. What I mean by that is there are 50 states in the United States, and out of those 50, you want to make sure that where you are getting into is the right place for you. What I mean by that is, let's take an example. You decided to settle down in the state of Texas. Since your relatives and they are there, you thought it would be easier. This is what we think as an Indian mentality, that yeah, my brother is there, my cousin is there, so it'll be easy for me. If I have any problem, I'll get help from them. So in the state of Texas, there is no state income tax. House tax is low, and it's very cheap to buy a house. And you will find the pharmacy job only for, as a pharmacist, 45 an hour salarized. But on the other hand, where I am in California, that's a very, very high income tax. And also the quality of living is very high. So when you become a pharmacist, you will definitely get paid more, probably 60 an hour, So I do this all. I keep the slide for salary at the beginning because that's how we become interested in something. If we don't know why we are doing it, we never become interested in what we want to do in future. So let's find out how to get there. We will go with the education side of this journey, leaving your status on the side. What I mean by that is, we are not going to talk about here about your visa, how you're going to get visa easily, how you're going to get passport easily, what you're going to do about it, and what kind of fees is going to be and everything. Those become secondary when you make a goal in your mind that you want to go to US and become a pharmacist. So there are 3 main steps which you have to go through. The first thing is the evaluation of your documents through ECE. ECE is the Educational Credentials Evaluation. The second is the FPGE certification. What that is that you have to pass 2 different exams before you get the certification. The first one is the TOEFL, and the second one is the FPGE itself. And the third step is to pass all the exams first, and then you get internship hours done according to your state, and then you get into the NAPLEX, NMPJ, or CPJE, and that's a law exam, and that's how you become a registered pharmacist. Let's take a deeper look at it. So I have tried to make steps here. It's easier for you guys. You are more than welcome to take a screenshot of this. These are the steps I can think of that you have to go through to become a pharmacist. It's the evaluation of your degree, registration, transcripts, proof of degree with the education evaluation, credentials evaluation, and this all falls under NABP. NABP is actually the close to PCI in India, the Pharmacy Council of India. I think the name has changed now for the Pharmacy Council of India. It was PCI when I was there 5 years ago, but I'm not sure about that. So NABP stands for National Associations of Boards of Pharmacy. That's the committee which look after all the boards of pharmacy statewide, the whole 50 states of US. And those are going to be the one, that's the committee which is going to evaluate your degree, your license, your transcripts, and everything, your basically study knowledge from India. So once you get the ECE certification, you send your transcript to NABP, and then you send your application to NABP. After that, you get something called ATT, which is authorization to test, which basically close to something, the authorization for you that you can take the test now for FPGE. You have to appear for TOEFL as well. I think the rules has changed now. You have to first take the TOEFL, and then you are eligible to become appear for FPGE. And then after passing those 2 tests, you get the certification from NABP. And right here, you have to decide where you wanna go. What I mean by that is out of those states, which state you wanna go and get your licensing. Because from this step onwards, your journey becomes very concentrated, and you have to deal with the state board of pharmacy after that part. So you have to decide where you wanna go. Then you are gonna be applying for an intern license, finish the hours, which depends on the state. Let's say in California it's 1,500, in Florida it's like 3,000, in I think Nevada or somewhere it's just 1,000 hours. Then after finishing your internship hours, you're gonna appear for NAPLEX and law exam. And once you get past both of those, you become a registered pharmacist. Now I get this question all the time that I'm doing the internship right now because we have internship after Pharmd course in India, and people be thinking about okay, so that internship will work in this hours over here, right? But no, it doesn't. So this is the main pathway to become a pharmacist, but I'm gonna talk about a little bit what are the other pathways you can reach there basically. So there are so many options, whatever you can think of. I think one of the other PhD doctor already finished talking about what are the options as a PhD candidate. So whatever you can think of, you can be anything in the US. Some pharmacists became engineers, some pharmacists became doctors, some pharmacists became nothing. So trust me, you can be anything. Start from the scratch. What I mean by that is that you, excuse me, you can actually start from the beginning. Let's say somebody has to leave the college because of some reason in the middle of the studies in India, then they are coming to US and they know what to do. They can always start the college from the beginning, find a university, get admission, And yeah, you have to make sure that you look at the fee structure of that college or university, because the fees are very depends on where you are, from $20,000 a year to $60,000 a year. But the good thing is that when you finish the course, you are going to be the same eligible as a Pharmd graduate in the US. Second thing, post-bachelorate, this is what we have in India as well, that after your bachelor degree, you can go for a 3-year course and you can get the Pharmd degree. And the student visa. So I'm mentioning this student visa because it's one of the very important part of your journey, where you have to get the student visa because you wanna be in the US to appear for those exams I was talking about. And on the same side, you wanna, if you wanna stay in the US, you have to have some kind of visa. Most of the students, what they do is they get admission into some a year or 2-year course, get the student visa, and by that time, side by side, they prepare for the test. And yeah, you want to make sure that which university, which state you are going to, because course fees, your visa restrictions, how much you can work while you have a student visa, it is very different from university to university and state to state. PhD. So this is one of the other option you can do after Pharmd in India, that you can get an admission into a PhD program to research. You will have about 5 years or so to do PhD. It depends on what you are doing the PhD on, and you can get the doctorate title after you pursue your PhD. And if you are smart enough to get past all the exams, you can actually get the Pharmd as well. And this is one of the other part I want to talk about, is the work while you study. So not many students in India right now, nowadays, think about this option, because everybody is going to be dependent on their parents' money. You know, like you get an admission to some university, some very good university, but you never think about that, how much money it took your parents for you to be there in that university, in that position, to become a pharmacist in India. But when you come to US, it's going to be you. So you have to make sure that you know you are going to be finding a job, you're going to be working, and you're going to be earning money on the side, because not everything is going to be cheap as dirt in India. It is going to be expensive to pay for your rent, pay for your food, pay for your car insurance, your own insurance, so many other things. So keep this in mind. You're going to be preparing to work while you study. And on the top of it, if you have a student visa, you're going to be studying something else as well. So it's going to be a very hard pathway to go for you to become a pharmacist. But trust me, when you become a pharmacist, as I told you about the salary, everything becomes very easy. And the other thing is that when you work while you are studying, it actually exposes you to the real world in USA, which is also one of the very important point, where if you wanna become a pharmacist for the rest of your life in USA, it's very important to know the real world around you in US. You cannot be just closing the door and studying 24/7 in your room or in your apartment here, and then say, yeah, and now I'm a pharmacist. That's not how it works. So, too many steps? Yes, of course. There are so many steps, trust me. And this is why we are here for you as a CLIMED. And it is a long and a hard way to go, but we can make it easier, not shorter. We don't want to make it shorter, trust me. There are so many legal ways to make it shorter, but we don't want to do that. And here at CLIMEDs, we are going to be helping you to achieve your goal and support you through the admission, college, course, and your choice and fees and everything. What I mean by fees is that we will be able to find out for you that if you are interested in something, we will have the right information for you. and then evaluation of your eligibility for the exams. This is one of the very important thing to know, because not many students has the background knowledge of uh, if you, is your course or is your degree from India works over here or not. That's one of the part of the document evaluation. We will help you with that too. Preparing for your license exams and specific exam oriented training as well. And this is the contact information. I think you guys already know Dr. Ajit. He's my best friend here, and Dr. Karthik, Dr. Rache, we all are buddies. We were in the same batch from Pharmd, from Manipal University. So we are like just like you, the same students, and you can ask any questions you have now.
Yes, guys. So, yes, any question for US FPG, and any question to Dr. Suraj? Yes, guys. So, guys, I'll tell you, whoever is filling feedback form will get the certificate for this workshop. Okay, and that feedback form will be available after one more session in the morning, and then again in the evening in the panel discussion, during the panel discussion, right? Yeah, so any questions to Dr. Suraj? Anyone interested in FPG? No questions, I think. Okay. So any questions from faculty side, or from anyone can ask the question if you have about USA? Okay, so I think there are no questions. Okay, Dr. Suraj, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you. And okay, I think no questions. So without any delay and without wasting much time, let's. Okay, one question is here from. Sir, can we get job in clinical pharmacist after Pharmd post-baccalaureate from India?
Yes, you can get a job as a clinical pharmacist, but just read that word, clinical pharmacist. You have to become a pharmacist first to get a job in USA.
Yeah, true. True. Okay, so I mean, it's the same thing, same procedure. I'll tell you guys, by the way, Dr. Suraj is also a post-baccalaureate. He did B Pharm, then Pharmd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so any other questions? No questions? Then, yep. Okay, thank you, Dr. Suraj. Thank you very much. So I'll move on to about our next presentation, that is on DHA and MOH and HAD from UAE. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Suraj, and thank you, everyone. So let us start the next presentation. Wait a second, I'll just share my screen because I'll be taking this. One second. Okay, it's opening. Some technical glitches. One sec. Yeah, it's open now. Yeah, so I hope it is visible to everyone. International carriers and pharmacy licensing opportunities in UAE, United Arab Emirates, guys. Okay, so we are here offering the affordable support with expertise. Now I will make it full screen and tell you about the career opportunities and pharmacy licensing exams in UAE. So first of all, guys, before knowing about UAE carriers or UAE licensing exams, we have to know about UAE. You know what is exactly the UAE? UAE is United Arab Emirates. There are 7 emirates. Like in India, there are 28 or 30 states now, and union territories, 28 states and union territories. So same thing in UAE, there are 7 emirates, like states, or we can say countries. They say that countries and emirates, right? So the biggest one is Abu Dhabi, then it's Dubai, then there are 5 more emirates. One is Sharjah, one is Fujairah, one is Ras Al Khaimah, one is Al Queen, and one is Azman, right? So here now, when you look at the screen, when you look at this map, you will see the Abu Dhabi is biggest, and then Dubai. So about the pharmacy licensing exams and about the pharmacy careers, if you want to become career, I mean pharmacist, any kind of pharmacist, clinical pharmacist, or uh, uh, hospital pharmacist, or community pharmacist, they have divided their territory, their UAE, all the Emirates into 3 health associations. One is HAAD, HAED for Health Association for Abu Dhabi. So HAD exam, if you want to go Abu Dhabi, you have to clear HAAD, hard, right? If you want to go Dubai, you have to clear Dubai Health Association, right? That is DHA. And other than that, if you want to go any other emirate, right? Ras Al Khaimah or Al Quwain or Fujairah or Sharjah or Ajman, then for those five, for these 5 emirates, there is one exam that is called Ministry of Health UAE, that is MOH, right, guys? So there are 3 exams you have to clear. I mean, there are 3 different exams, but it depends where you want to go. If you want to go Abu Dhabi, you have to clear HAD. If you want to go Dubai, you have to clear DHA. If you want to go Fujairah, Sharjah, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, or Ajman, you have to clear MOH, right? So it depends which Emirates you are choosing to go, right? So now, why you want to migrate to UAE? UAE is financial heaven. Why it is financial heaven? Because now the government has approved the law that anyone from outside UAE can buy their houses. They can buy, they can invest the money there. They can, the financial, they can take the advantages of their financial rules and regulations in UAE if you want to stay there, right? And there are the wages, daily wages and payments are very high, and taxes are almost zero, I'm telling you. They take penalties, they take another charges, but they do not take taxes. There are almost nil taxes, right? You have to pay penalties if you do mistakes. If you are perfect, you do not have to pay the penalties as well. But there are very less taxes, like 1 to 3%, that's all. Okay, guys. And the location and climate, as you know, Dubai and Abu Dhabi is the corporate hub of the world. They are trade hub. There are trade centers of the world. Now everyone who is whoever wants to do their business, whoever wants to start their trade, they have to come to Dubai in South Asia. So Dubai is the main center for the trade, as well as for the tourists, for the attraction. Dubai is something big, and Dubai has the different lifestyle. Abu Dhabi and Dubai and other Shahjahan, these things, these emirates are very much known for their luxurious lifestyle. And then you will get the global exposure if you are moving to UAE, because now every country, or every global leaders or the countries, they want to invest their money in these UAE countries or Emirates. So you will get everything. You will get everything: high wages, low tax. You will get a good climate. You will get a good location. You will get good lifestyle. And you will get a global exposure if you are moving to UAE. Then what are the top colleges? If you are wishing or if you are willing to join higher studies or higher education in UAE, there are they are welcoming you, and there are the top colleges in South Asia. As they have like Ajman University, they have Al Ain University. One sec. There are like Al Ain University of Science and Technology. There is Dubai Pharmacy College in Dubai. There is Fatima College of Health Sciences. This is especially for the girls, especially for the ladies, for the women. This is in the top list in UAE, right? Anywhere in UAE, all the seven states, all the seven Emirates, Fatima College of Health Science is in the top for the ladies or for the females, right? You have Gulf Medical Universities. I have listed out only the universities which are having intakes or which are inviting Indian students. So you can apply in any of these colleges or universities or any of these courses from India, from India, right, guys? So yeah. So then universities, there's Gulf Medical University, which is really good for medical science, pharmacy, and nursing students. And there is Russell Khaimah RK Medical Health Science University. This is very famous university. I'm telling you guys, this is in Russell Khaimah, and this is now the top leading management is from India, completely from India. All see, director of the university is from India, director of pharmacy college is from India, principal of pharmacy college is from India. So it is not like that they are not inviting Indians or they are not welcoming Indians. You can see this RAK is in the top 5 universities in UAE, you will see, and this has the top management from India. All are, all of our leaders, they are leading in UAE, many colleges. So Russell Khaimah is just an example for you, like from the director, from the principal pharmacy, from the dean pharmacy, and many faculties in medical school, nursing school, and pharmacy school. These are run by Indian or academicians or Indian, Pharmd legends. And then University of Sharjah is there. Okay, and the courses you can pursue in UAE are Bachelor of Pharmacy, M.Pharma Clinical Pharmacy, and there are few certifications in pharmacovigilance, in regulatory affairs, and there are the pharmacist assistant in diploma courses. You can do this diploma, pharmacy technician diploma. They have different levels from level 1 to 3 based on your expertise. They will make you expert for pharmacy technician. This diplomas can be joined after +2 directly, and B Pharmacy also can be joined even after +2. If your brothers, your sisters, your youngest, your neighbors, they want to join, they can join. This is this here I am telling you about all, not only you, your youngers also. If they want to pursue their career in UAE, they can join, right? And for you guys, you have like after UG, you can go for M.Pharm Clinical Pharmacy, you can go for MSc, any clinical streams, you can go for doctoral programs, or you can go for M.Pharms in pharmacology, pharmaceutics, or pharmacognosy. They're inviting for almost all the streams, right? And then you have postdoctoral programs. If you are done with PhD in India from any college, if you have good publication knowledge, if you have good research knowledge, these universities are welcoming you for the academics. You can teach their students, you can learn from them, and you can study the postdoctorate as well, right? Okay, so my next slide is about the job opportunities for pharmacy graduates in UAE. So it's in various fields. You can work as a retail pharmacist. You can go for clinical pharmacist. You can go for hospital pharmacist. You can work as lab technicians in the colleges. You can work as in pharmacy companies like product specialist, or at any positions as you do in India. Medical liaison, you can be there, and you can join as a chemist. You can join as any product specialist, and then you can go for hospital administration and quality control, pharmacovigilance as well. Then, if you are really looking for the professor grade or associate professor grades, your teaching skills should have a high grade, like you should have at least PhD and with 5 years of experience. Then you can go for academics, any associate professorship and assistant professorship. We are helping in that also. Okay, and then there are the most amazing thing I have seen in UAE is like their insurance companies are welcoming the pharmacy students from India. You can be a pharmacist of any insurance company. You can be the medical officer kind of thing in their insurance companies, and they are paying a good money. So salary there in UAE ranges from 3,000 Arabian dollar to sorry dirham to 10,000 dirhams. So this 1 dirham is around 20 rupees. So you can see it is around from 60,000 to 2 lakh rupees, 2 lakh Indian rupees. The salary depends on your grade, salary depends on your position, salary depends on your post. Like if I tell you, for an example, clinical pharmacist earn around 1.2 lakh to 1.5 lakh rupees per month. That is around 7,500, 6,000 to 7,500 AED per month, right? If you're joining as a pharmacy technician or lab technician, you may get only 3,000 to 4,000 AED per month. That is still around 60 to 70,000 per month in INR, right, guys? And then if you're going for hospital administration and quality control, your salary would be around 5,000 AED to 6,000 AED. Correct. As I was talking about insurance companies, they take you for 4 to 6,000 AED per month. Okay, guys. And even academy in academia, professors at the professor level or associate professor level, you will get a huge. You will get 40,000 AED, 30,000 to 40,000 AED per month. That will be around 3 to 5 lakh or 3 to 6 lakh INR in a month. So what is the visa process for UAE? The best and easy visa process what we are talking about is UAE, because you need not to submit many things. You need not to clear many exams. You need not to clear language. You need not to clear anything. You just should have your birth certificate. You should have your valid passport. That's all. And your enrollment letter from your college, or if you are going for job, you should have that appointment letter. That's all. Other than that, I think someone is talking in between. If you have any questions, we can definitely clear at the end of the session. Please mute your mics, guys. Okay, so so you should have only your birth certificate, your passport, and your enrollment letter or certificate of enrollment or letter of offer, right, from the company. And then you should have some evidence of sufficient funds in your account. Like if you're going for a job or something, they check if you can survive at least 2 months or 3 months there without any payment. Like you should have 1 lakh or 1,50,000 or maybe 50,000 rupees in your account at the time of visa application. That's all. That's all about the visa process for UAE. Okay, now to the pharmacy licensing exam, what we are done in UAE. If you are interested to go, so before looking at the pharmacy licensing exam, let's check out here. It starts from the experience. It starts based on the experience from like 13,800 AED per year to 36,800 AED. But now it is kind of for the hospital pharmacist. But if you are working as a clinical pharmacist, your salary is almost double. Your salary is almost double. You will earn in lakhs. You will earn in lakhs. So what are the eligibilities if you are if you want to go to UAE? I'll tell you in the simple terms. For a clinical pharmacist, you should have Bachelor of Pharmacy or you should have Pharmd degree with you. Bachelor's of Pharmacy or Pharmd degree, and minimum 2 years of experience after your academic degree. After your academic degree, you have to have 2 years of experience in clinical field or hospital field if you are applying for. So after degree, after B Pharm or after Pharmd, So guys, here careful, your Pharmd internship is not valid for that 2 years of experience. Pharmd internship is different. You have to have the experience in the hospital or in the clinical settings for at least 2 years, for at least 24 months. Then only you can apply for Canada for UAE licensing, right? But for the clinical pharmacist, your BSc in pharmacy, I mean that Bachelor of Pharmacy and Pharmd is enough. But if you are going for simple hospital pharmacist or community pharmacist or simple pharmacist in any medication shop, you just have to have BSc or Bachelor of Pharmacy or Doctor of Pharmacy with 2 years of experience. If you want to become a pharmacist technician, then you should have at least diploma in pharmacy. As someone was asking about diploma in pharmacy in USA, I am not sure about USA, but for UAE, you have a good option. After diploma in pharmacy, you can go as a pharmacy technician, and you will be earning a good. You will be earning good in UAE. Your voice is disturbing. Anushmita. Okay. Yeah. So you can go as a pharmacy technician in UAE. But still, after D Pharm also, you should have 2 years of experience in the related field. So this 2 year of experience in India is mandatory after your degree, and then you can move to UAE if you want to become a pharmacist. Otherwise, you can go there, you can work as a technician, you can get some experience, or you can get it there also. The experience you can get it, in some in hospitals or in some pharmacist, but you have to choose some courses or you have to choose some other job for that. Otherwise directly they will not allow you to do this, right? Okay, then what is the process? So the process, if we say, it is simple. You have to register on the relevant site. That in this process we will help you. There are 3 to 4 sites where you have to switch on, switch off to apply for UAE, but we will be helping you if you are associated with CLIMAT. We'll be helping you in uploading your documents and registration. I mean, for UAE, we are giving full package from registration to getting your license, to getting your eligibility criteria. In in UAE, there is no license directly. You will not get license directly. You will get eligibility criteria, and then you have to choose your pharmacy where you want to work, or you have to choose a company where you want to work. Then that company will take your eligibility letter from ministry, and then they will apply for the license. You are not applying directly for your license. You are not eligible to apply for your license there directly. You will get the eligibility letter after all the exams, after all the evaluations, and then you will go to the company or go to the pharmacy, and then they will apply for your license. But that license is not necessary to start your job. Once you are in the job, they will start your process for the license, and based on that I'm sorry, based on that they will get your license from the ministry. They'll get your license from the ministry, and there will be some bond, because your company or your pharmacy will only spend all the money to get the license. You need not to spend a single penny to get your license after eligibility criteria. So in that process, first you have to go for relevant site. You have to pay the online fees for data evaluation, and data evaluation here is called data flow. You have to upload all the documents. You have to upload all the reports. Once data flow is giving you the clear report that your all the documents are valid, then you can go for a specific licensing site like MOH for all the 5 Emirates, DHA for Dubai, and HAD for Abu Dhabi. So you can go there and you can upload your document as well as your report. Report will be given by the data flow. So you can proceed with the manual submission of the report, or you can request data flow to send your degree or send your report to the particular licensing exam body. So they will consider that. Okay. And after the successful report, you have to go for prometric exam. That prometric exam is the written exam, multiple choice questions. And once you pass that, you will get the eligibility letter. And that eligibility letter you have to show in the pharmacy or in company, wherever you want to join. Right, guys? So now what next? Next is what is data flow? Data flow is the center. Data flow is the actually website, or we can say the center where you have to put your all the documents, all the transcripts, all the pictures, whatever are required, and then they will verify, and your experience letter, and they will verify it. Their verification is very tough, not exactly tough. If you are if your documents are valid, it's very smooth. But if you are doing any forgery, it is very tough, because they directly call your experience, where did you do your job, or where did you get your experience. They directly call and talk to them. They directly verify the sources. They directly verify your degree from your colleges. They directly verify your a pharmacy license from your licensing body, like licensing in Karnataka counseling, or if you're in Delhi, you have to apply for Delhi Pharmacy Council, or if you're in UP, then you have to apply for UP. If you're in Assam, you have to apply for Assami pharmacy exam, pharmacy, licensing body in India, right? So they call there, they directly verify from their sites. So the data flow is really made it tough if you are, going for the UAE thing. But definitely not now, because we are here to help you in everything. So after data flow, you will get two kinds of report. One is positive. If you're that will be coming in green color, so that means your data flow verification is valid and you are good to go for the next step. But if your report comes in the red color, negative, that means your documents, or your experience certificate, or your any the credentials what you have submitted is have some mistake. You have to submit again, or you have to resolve the mistake, and you have to apply again, right, guys? And then what are the documents required? Nothing much. UAE only few documents like transcript, PDF, that will be submitted by yourself, as in UAE. I mean, as in US, and for Australia and for Canada, as I know, as to my knowledge, you have to you cannot submit your transcript directly. Your college has to send your transcripts. But for UAE, you can submit your transcripts directly in the soft copy, right? And then these attested documents are needed from the government authority. One is degree certificate, one is your experience certificate, and then passport size photo. Only four documents are needed: transcripts, degree certificate, experience certificate, and passport size photo. So everyone who is willing to go there, if they have the four certificates, they can apply for that, right? Okay. Then here, what is the time frame? It usually takes 30 working days for the submission of your documents. Then submission of the required documents on website of Ministry of Health and Prevention ranges. It takes like 30 to 45 minutes, not more than half an hour or 1 hour, not more than 1 hour. It will take only 1 hour to submit your documents, and your document verification will be done within 30 days. And then your data flow report will be approved. And after data flow, your report, green or red, whatever it is there, it will be sending to the particular ministry. If you're applying for MOH, or if you're applying for HARD, or if you're applying for DHA, it will be sent to the particular university, a particular ministry. And then you have to submit your documents and submit your fees for a prometric exam to that particular website, and they will give you the date. And for the UAE exam, I'm telling you guys, dates are very flexible. Even every week you can give the exam. Every week doesn't mean that you have you can give every time. There are the limits. You can give the exam only thrice in your life, only 3 times in your life. But it is not like that you have to choose, or you have to wait for 1 year or 6 months after applying. You can, if you are applying today, you can choose the date for next week. So it is flexible. Any week, any day you can choose, except Saturday and Sundays, you can choose for your exam, right? But you can give only thrice in lifetime if you're applying for a HARD, DHA, or MOH. So what's the difference between these three? HARD is applicable for Al Ain and Abu Dhabi. DHA is only for Dubai, and MOH is for other 5 Emirates like Fujairah, Sharjah, Al Queen, and Ajman, and Ras Al Khaimah. Okay. So MOH is for 5 Emirates. If you are clearing MOH, you are eligible to be pharmacist in these 5 states, but not for Dubai and Abu Dhabi. If you are going for Abu Dhabi, you have to clear hard. If you are going for DHA, you have to clear DHA. I mean, if you are going for Dubai, you have to clear the DHA exam. So what is the process? Process is almost same for all. Fees is almost same for Dubai and MOH, but fees is quite high for Abu Dhabi because you are paid even much more in Abu Dhabi, right? The strength of license is similar. It is nothing like that. You'll be, getting much more money with the HAD license or DHA license or MOH license. Nothing. The strength of license is similar. All the licenses have similar equal value. Okay. So validity of license, if we check, um, hard license is eligible for 5 years. Like, what does eligibility mean? First, I'll tell you. See, if you get your license, if you get your eligibility certificate, you have to apply for the if you have to apply for the job within 5 years in Dubai. If you got your validity or eligibility certificate within 1 year, you have to get a job in Dubai. Otherwise, your license will expire. Your eligibility criteria or eligibility certificate will expire. Right, guys? If you are applying for Dubai, it is only 1 year. Within 1 year, you have to search a job. You have to join a job. In Abu Dhabi, it is for 5 years. And MOH also, it is for 5 years. Your eligibility certificate will be valid for 5 years. And license renewal, guys, license renewal, remember, 1 year. You have to renew your license every year. Actually, it will be done by your company or your pharmacy where you are living or where you are staying or where you are working, right? But if your expiry is like gone once within 3 months of expiry date, if you did not renew your document, if you did not renew your license will be cancelled, and you have to go again, and you have to write the exam. You have to go through the evaluation again. That is the drawback, a little drawback, because if you are there, you definitely will not miss these dates, or you will not miss the licensing renewal. But if you miss that, you have to go through the whole process again, right, guys? So now again, as Dr. Suraj told you about the CLIMAT careers, we are helping in achieving your goal. We help you in document evaluation. For Dubai, we are completely helping in all the whole process from A to Z, whatever is the process, right? And thank you, guys. So if you have any questions related to UAE, definitely you can tell us. We will clear our doubts. Yes, guys. Anyone have any doubt? Yes, guys. Any question for me? I think sir, don't they recruit any freshers? Yeah, see, they recruit the freshers, but for job, not for the pharmacy job. I mean, not for the not as a pharmacist or clinical pharmacist or pharmacy technician. To become a pharmacist in UAE, you need experience of 2 years. So if you really want to jump to UAE after your degree, you can jump definitely, but you have to get experience even there only. You cannot get license before 2 years of experience. You should have that. Okay. To become a pharmacist, but if you want to join a job, you can directly jump. You can join any any industry. You can join any lab. You can join any other companies or any institution as a lab technician or something, but you cannot work in pharmacy until and unless you get your license, and license will be eligible, or you will be eligible to get license only after 2 years of experience. Yes. Okay. Then next question. what basis we will get visa in Dubai after clearing DHA exam? Yes, you will get the visa because now you are, if you are cleared Dubai Health Authority exam, you will get the visa to become a pharmacist there, to get a job there. You will get a visa easily. It's not tough once you get the license. And one more thing, guys, I just remember day before yesterday I was reading about Dubai and UAE. They made it very simple for PhD, for the PhD candidates. If you are going for PhD and if you are PhD, you can go without much problem. They are inviting all the PhDs from India to get job in UAE and to teach their students or for any job. And they made the visa process very easy for the PhD candidates, for the doctoral fellows. For the end, they include even the pharmacist, clinicians, and nursing students. If they want to go, they have very much flexibility for these three areas. The students are coming from these three areas. Okay, so next question. For master's or doctoral studies, are funding options available? Yes, even in UAE, they fund your studies, they fund your doctoral degrees and postdoctoral degrees. But again, it depends on the university and depends on the mentor, right? So, in your opinion, what would be the best career opportunity after pursuing B Pharm? See, after pursuing B Pharm, if you're asking about India, then I will say go for masters or go for because going for a job after B Pharm is not that wise advice, because you need not you may not get that much salary, or you may not get that good profile of the job, right? So I'll suggest go for the higher education after B Pharm, or go for some training courses. And if you're asking me about UAE, then after B Pharm you can apply for clinical pharmacist licensing exam. Many of our friends, many of our juniors are working as a clinical pharmacist or hospital pharmacist in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. So you can go and work there. Okay, then what else, guys? And I am pasting the feedback form here. Whoever is available now, they can fill this feedback form, and they're eligible for certificate. And whoever is left, they left already. No, we cannot do anything, right? Okay. So any other questions for me, guys, from YouTube? No questions from YouTube as well? No more questions from this side. Thank you very much, guys, for your appreciation. Anyone who wants to ask the question now? Hello, guys. No? Okay, then guys, we will take a break now for lunch, and we will see you again 2 p.m. right? You can join by the same Zoom link at 2 p.m. Have your lunch. Okay, so can we do both PhD and the clinical pharmacist UNG? Yes, you can do. That's the best idea. If you are working and if you are pursuing your higher education in UAE, you can do it. Nazimul Hassan, how about career opportunities in UK? I will be talking in afternoon in panel discussion about UK. We are not having any specific presentation right now for UK, because our basic work is still on the way. So for UK, maybe we are coming with a big presentation very soon, within a week or within 2 weeks. So right, guys, and we are talking with the consultants in UK. So we are taking help of them, and we are collaborating with them. So very soon we will be talking about UK as well. But afternoon, I will be clearing your doubts related to UK, because I have gone through that process. So let's talk about UK in the evening in panel discussion, guys. Okay.